ToplessRobot.com presents...
Just start the podcast over again.
You're listening to Animated Opinions, the only podcast that's full of unicorn.
It's fine. Let's
fucking A. God damn it.
We don't get to start again. We don't deserve to do this. We watched the Emoji movie.
We did watch the Emoji movie. It's real bad. I'm gonna edit in a better intro. But I'm Melanie.
Don't. I'm Emily.
Today we have a special
I'm Ryan.
guest.
God damn it, Ryan.
Ruined
Well,
it.
I was
keep
just
all of
following
this.
the pattern, okay?
There is no pattern. We just kind of scramble and hope that it comes out all right.
Yeah, this podcast is a permanent hell for us. You're really interrupting our eternal punishment.
I'm really sorry to put a damper on that.
Hey, so...
But,
regular listeners of the podcast will be delighted to know that I'm fully clothed for this recording because it's kind of cold in Los Angeles right now.
Wow. Regular listeners to the podcast will be shocked that it's hot in San Francisco, so I'm wearing not pants.
What the fuck? Did we change roles?
We sure did.
It's only 74 here today, so I'm in full pants and a sweatshirt.
It is also 70 degrees in San Francisco, so I'm in shorts and a tank top. That's how weather works here. If it's 2 degrees hotter than normal, it's hell.
I was going to say, I'm in Arizona, so obviously it's already over 100 degrees, and I regrettably put clothes on before joining this call because I didn't know if there were going to be webcams involved or not.
See, the best part about how we do this is there is no visual aspect of this podcast, unless we send each other pictures via Discord.
Yeah, and then we describe them for the viewers, the listeners.
Yes.
No one views.
Or sometimes we just laugh and move on and don't describe them at all.
That's good audio.
I always expect to get feedback from listeners eventually that's like, your podcast is terrible. You do nothing for me, the listener. In fact, I don't think you make this for me at all. And I'll have to be like, that's true.
We don't. You're right.
Yeah. You're kind of peeping on my conversation.
No good podcasts are made for the listeners, in my opinion.
I'm now trying to think of a podcast.
Just a podcast.
Just
one.
Anything?
Well, the only one that I can think of is My Favorite Murder when they do their minisodes. Those are like...
Oh, those are the only functional episodes of My Favorite Murder. I kind of enjoy My Favorite Murder, but I hate the half-hour conversation about their improv classes at the beginning.
Oh, see, I like that because it makes my coworkers think I'm listening to a normal podcast. And then by the time they're just like, Emily's a normal human being, they've delved into the grisly fucking murder.
But that's a perfect example of a podcast that's not made for you. You just simply enjoy what they're doing.
Shit. Well, no. They're minisodes. Sorry, they're minisodes.
Even their minisodes, it's you are giving them stuff. They like hearing about this stuff anyway, so it's all still for them.
That's true. I sent one in, actually. I told them about the time I shanked a guy my freshman year of college.
Oh, hopefully that one makes it on.
I hope so. It's a good one.
It is a great story.
Or I should send in the one about how I got followed by an axe-wielding man while walking my dog.
He was wielding a hatchet.
Yeah, it was more a hatchet than an axe.
There are very distinct differences.
Yeah.
Emily, do we want to keep talking about your capital T trauma, or do we want to talk about your little T trauma, the Emoji movie?
I wasn't hugged enough as a child, but we're going to talk about the Emoji movie. Was anyone hugged enough as a child? Like, is anyone well-adjusted?
Yes. Maybe.
I like to think that I am.
There have to be people that are well-adjusted. Like, otherwise, I think the world would be significantly more dysfunctional.
Well,
of course, the world is pretty dysfunctional right now.
Yeah, but we have still the infrastructure of society and things like trains.
We live in the cursed timeline because the Emoji movie exists, and I went to the mall last month and saw an ad for the Emoji movie.
What?
Wait, last month?
Yes.
Explain.
Okay, so the Burbank Shopping Center has been under construction for a while. And what happens in LA is that when something is under construction, if there's a poster or advertisement, it stays there indefinitely until construction is completed. So when I lived in Glendale and we would walk to the Americana, there was a bus stop that was within a construction zone. So it had an advertisement for Home.
Oh, yeah.
The DreamWorks movie that came out years ago. So it had that. And I guess no one in the Burbank mall, the whole mall is under construction, kind of. And I guess nobody was like, we should update this shit, because it's still a functioning mall that you can enter all parts of. But they just still have an ad for the Emoji Movie. And I saw it in July. And I was like, what the fuck? Did I just time travel? Like, I had a moment. I took a picture of it, and I think I sent it to you, Mo.
Oh.
How dare they remind the public that the Emoji Movie was a thing that existed?
Well, the ad council
it was streaming
also,
on Netflix.
The ad council also ran
really?
anti-bullying ads about the Emoji Movie.
What?
Yeah, it was High Five and Gene high-fiving, saying, be nice to your friends, or whatever. It was the most toothless anti-bullying ad I've ever seen, and that's saying something.
That's bullshit. Let kids bully each other to establish a hierarchy.
Fair.
Like, no physical violence. Like, don't let kids stab other kids, but, like...
Also, the larger children should eat the smaller children.
Yes, absolutely. And there should be a conch shell.
Yes. If they can decapitate the others, they win. No, not yet. We should make that.
Very worrying direction.
This... Okay.
There's a lot of existential dread on this podcast, and I can't believe you didn't already know that based on the fact that you've technically heard every episode.
I was about to say,
bits and
do
pieces.
you not hear the bits where we just go off?
Honestly, as your producer, all I actually do is set up a template that roughly deals with your voice as well and run everything you send me through that.
God bless. Yeah. Don't listen to any of the I feel like...
But that's cool.
Whatever. I would just like to remind Mel that you picked this movie.
Yes, I did.
You asked for this.
Yes, I did.
However, I am the person that knows multiple individuals that worked on this movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of people after a certain film from Redacted Studio were kind of strung along, I guess, and they wanted to move within the studio, and the studio was just like, no. And so they went to Sony, and Sony was just like, yeah, you can totally be the exact thing you want here. Just move to Vancouver. And so a lot of people moved to work on Angry Birds and then got rolled into the Emoji Movie.
Oh.
That would explain why Voodoo has Angry Birds in the Emoji Movie as a 2-pack.
That does make sense.
It would. Yeah, because I think the tail end of Emoji Movie, the tail end of Angry Birds rolled nicely into the Emoji Movie, so they just rolled to the next production.
Oh shit, Emoji Movie is a sequel?
Absolutely.
Hey, how come the Angry Birds weren't in the Emoji Movie, though? Great question.
Yeah, what the fuck? They
That is a good
clearly
question.
have the film rights to it.
Even if they just, flung through the Angry Birds app for a second, that would have been a really actively funny visual gag.
Okay, hear me out. Sony owns the film rights to... No, they don't.
Rovio owns the film rights.
I was going to say,
They just
Rovio
farmed out
made
the
their own
production.
studio. Yeah, they farmed it out. Never mind. So
'cause
Sony
Rovio
doesn't have
does
permission.
their own animated TV show for Angry Birds, so I was surprised that this ended up would be in Sony's hands at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the Angry Birds. That's why I had to be like, wait a second.
Yeah, that's why I know.
We've gotten to the point where we haven't seen that. We've seen 40 movies almost. We've seen 32 movies. But at the same time, I feel like we have watched infinite movies for forever.
Yes.
As somebody who watched Jupiter Ascending twice voluntarily within 2 weeks.
Ouch.
I do love
feel
Jupiter Ascending.
I love dogs. I've always loved dogs.
It's true. Oh, man. Are
We literally haven't said anything about the Emoji Movie.
Fuck.
The Emoji Movie!
We gotta do this. Okay.
We've said its title a bunch of times.
Yes, so anybody who keeps forgetting, this podcast is for you. We periodically sigh and then say the name of the movie that we watched, which is the Emoji Movie. The movie formerly known as Emoji Movie, all one word, Express Yourself. A film that had its release date pushed forward, and then forward again, for God knows what reason. A film that made money because of its Canada-based production costs and tax write-offs. A movie that was rumored to have been canceled after its teaser trailer by one single website. Fuck this whole movie.
God,
Anybody
fuck this
have-
movie.
Honestly, who thought this
pushed
was going to be a
forward?
good idea in the first place?
Why was it pushed forward so many times? Like, that's my question.
Oh shit, we're ahead of schedule. We may as well.
It was pushed forward
looks like
because
our
there's
characters.
no goddamn plot. And also that this movie
No
was
one
very
wanted it.
clearly easy to put together. There's not a shitload going on animation-wise. The characters seemed like they were fairly easy to put together, and the real-world segments are super short.
They're generic as hell, too.
Yeah,
The whole plot could have been copy pasted into a completely different skin and be the exact same story.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph. It was
Whoa.
Lego Movie. It was
Yes.
a poorly executed version. I'm
You're
not
right,
saying
though.
that it's on par. Yeah, we can actually blame Toy Story for this whole disaster because the film was inspired by director Tony Leondis' love of Pixar's far more charming movie. And because every movie now has to be based on an existing property that will sell so many fucking toys because that's literally all that matters anymore. Leondis, before delving into the hellish idea that became the Emoji Movie, asked himself, Nora, what the fuck are you doing? I don't understand.
That's a strange question to ask.
Sorry,
oneself.
no, it's fine. Asked himself the question, what is the new toy out there that hasn't been explored? While the money-hungry capitalist pondered this idea, he received a text with an emoji, which helped him realize that this was the world he wanted to explore. Honestly,
Yeah.
I feel
This
like
is the root of
the unintended
brilliance.
theme of season 4 has become maybe don't go with your first fucking idea because that's how we got disco worms.
Yeah, that about makes sense. The Emoji Movie is definitely a movie that sounds like a first draft that no one went back in and cleaned up because there's so many fucking holes and inconsistencies and the plot barely makes sense. And it's like, did someone read
bright
this
side.
draft?
Yeah, actually, because when Leondis was fleshing out the story, he thought about having the emojis go to the real world. And then his producer was just like, no, the world inside of the phone is going to be way more interesting. And then Leondis was like, you right. So thank you so goddamn much, Michelle Ramo Kyoto. God, I fucking stumble. I practice saying her name over and over again. Michelle Ramo Coyote?
Yeah, Coyote.
That's how
That
I
looks
would
right.
do it.
Yeah.
Coyote. It fucking, God bless you. Because if the emojis had like popped out into the real world, I actually would have just quit this movie.
Plus, the fact that it takes place in the phone meant there was more time for product placement.
You're right.
Yay.
This
Oh,
whole
and product
movie.
placement there was. Good Lord.
Yeah. So,
My favorite of the product placements was Crackle.
Yeah.
You know, that thing
I
that
didn't
no one
notice
fucking
that.
uses.
It's
That's a
only
Sony
on his
property.
phone screen. They never go
oh my
inside
God,
Crackle.
it is a Sony property.
I noticed it because what child
Yep.
has Crackle on their phone?
What child has all of these apps on their phone?
What child has WeChat?
A Chinese
Who
one.
puts all of these on their home screen?
Well, all of his most used apps are on his home screen.
Yes.
No.
You don't sort your
So
apps?
purportedly there are more
Yes.
apps behind the
Also-
scenes. Okay.
Also, you have Dropbox on your phone on your home screen, obviously. I use Dropbox on my phone all the time.
I use
I mean-
daily.
Yeah, I kind of do.
Okay.
I really do.
Well, all right. This joke is flat now. Yeah. So, Leondis is gay. And this is important, apparently, because he connects to Jean's plight of being different in a world that expects you to be one thing and realizes it's a feeling that held true for most people. Leondis said the film was very personal, just like fucking disco worms. In July of 2015, it was announced that Sony Pictures Animation had won the bidding war against Warner Brothers and Paramount over the rights to make the film, and it was announced at CinemaCon 2016.
Mind you,
what?
Literally anyone can make a movie about emojis. They're open source emojis. They're not an idea that can't be reused again. It was this specific script, this specific idea that people got in a bidding war over.
Actually, in the credits, emoji is a trademark.
Yeah.
You can call it something else.
I mean, sure, but emoji itself is a registered trademark.
Yeah, where's my Bitmoji movie?
Oh, God. Please no.
I've said it.
Oh, no.
I said it out
Why
loud.
did you
said it. You've willed it into being. It's going to happen.
It's a fucking
now.
tulpa, just like the Lorax. If I say the Bitmoji movie enough, it'll fucking
Stop saying it.
Bitmoji movie.
brought this evil into the world. I can't. Ugh.
I want you to think about it. I want you to keep thinking about it as I continue with the production of this movie. The film was fast-tracked into production by the studio right after it won in the bidding war, and unlike most animated films, it had a production time of 2 years because there were concerns that the movie would become outdated due to the evolution of phone technology. Most animated features have a slightly longer time frame, but 2 years isn't necessarily insane or not doable. But I will say it was fucking stupid for Sony to be like, okay, what's going to be obsolete? The vague square rectangle design of every smartphone ever. Twitter is probably going to die. Facebook's going to die. Dropbox is going to be irrelevant. Just Dance, Candy Crush, and just cell phones as we know it are going to be obsolete in 2 years. We got to fucking go fast. It's just like, guys, chill. 90% of these things have been relevant and prominent since 2009. Like, chill.
A lot of it, sure. However, the jailbreak. That's a 2009 term that kind of died.
It hasn't,
and that's
though.
a major thing. It totally has.
No, people say it all the well, maybe in my realm they say it all the fucking time.
We just say rooting.
No, people, well, okay. I worked in tech, and people that did not work in technology would ask, like, for phones that were like, or like, hey, can you jailbreak this? Can you, and we're like, what? No, I work for a VFX company. I'm not going to work on your personal phone.
Yeah, people don't know. I work in a phone game, and people are like, how do I phone? And I often have to fix phone.
Can you set up my Wi-Fi printer?
When my parents were here, I had to fix their phones because their LTE wasn't working, and also had to teach them how to use Uber, which was a goddamn nightmare and much harder than fixing their phone service.
I have to fix my mom's phone. When I was in college, I actually, I had two roommates at the time, Nate and Vin, and I ended up answering the phone because, like, Nate was in the other room, and I saw that his mom was calling, so I was just like, dude, your mom's calling. He was just pick it up. So I picked up the phone and was talking to his mom, and he was like, I think he was in the shower is what the problem was, because I was like, he can't come out because he's showering. And she was like, well, I need help setting up my printer. And I'm like, okay. So Nate came out of the shower like 15 minutes later and was like, what the hell is going on? As I've got it on speaker, like looking up the specific printer, walking through his younger sister and mom, like to set this shit up. I was like, is this what tech support is like? And then 2 years later, I was in tech support at a
I was going
company.
to say, yes, it is exactly that. Specifically with printers, all of the time, always printers.
My favorite
Yes.
part about my tech support job was that I didn't have to deal with the printers at all, ever. That was all corporate. And corporate could suck my dick.
Oh, you're lucky. I used to work for Sony in the only Sony-owned call center back when I was 18. And the only good part about that was we got all of their new tech before they released it, so we actually got to get some use in it, so we knew what we were supporting. The bad part was every single other thing.
Yeah. I still had to know how to fix the printers because nobody would fucking, like, actually repair them except for me because we sat right across from it. So, anyway, the Emoji Movie.
The Emoji Movie
was scheduled to be released on August 11th, 2017. And then that date was moved to August 4th, 2017.
That's normal.
Then in March of 2017, they moved it to July 28th. This was a fun experience for me personally because I got to see the billboards for this movie as I was driving home change slightly every now and again. And I distinctly remember the day that I was driving back from Santa Monica, stuck in traffic, looked up, and I can fucking tell you what bridge this was next to. And I was like, wait a fucking second. It comes out in July now? Because the world needed the Emoji Movie, and my God, we needed it right that second.
We sure did.
But none of what we have said so far is important. None of it. Because we're gonna... I fucking hate my neighborhood. Anyway, sorry. That gets cut, but I'm just listening to a car alarm right now, and it's very distracting. Let's talk about how much money this movie made. The Emoji Movie had a worldwide gross of $217.8 million against its production budget of $50 million. Now that we've gotten that all out of the way, Mel, take us the fuck away with the plot so that I can put some goldfish in my mouth.
Okay. So the Emoji Movie is a movie that was described by someone exiting the theater with me as intellectually cheeky. I would like you to keep that in mind while I read most of this plot summary, because I left the movie theater going, wow.
I'm sorry, wait, you saw this in movie theater?
Yeah, I fucking did. I really wanted to see how bad this was.
The first time I saw it was with you. You got high and fell asleep, and I was sitting there feeling absolutely nothing, betrayed.
Emily, I'm pretty sure we watched B-Movie that time.
Oh, fuck. Maybe you're right. Maybe I was with Nora. No.
I fell asleep on B-Movie.
Yes, I got drunk with Nora and watched this.
Okay, good. Thanks for misremembering, as always. Now that you have goldfish in your mouth, can I read the plot summary?
Yes, please.
First, before you do,
God damn it.
I want you to know, now that you've exposed yourself here,
to eating goldfish?
You are no. Melanie, you are part of that $217.8 million.
Oh yeah, I'm aware.
What do you have to say for yourself?
You always have
How do you sleep at night?
Head.
I sleep with the knowledge that the Emoji Movie made more money than I'll ever have.
Valid.
Truth.
So now with that out of the way, Gene is an emoji who lives in Textopolis, a digital city inside of the phone of his user, the vaguely teenaged Alex. He's the son of two meh emojis named Mel and Mary Meh, and is able to make multiple expressions despite his parents' upbringing to only be meh. Gene's parents are hesitant of him going to work in the emoji center of the phone, but Gene insists that he does so he can feel useful. Upon receiving a text in the real world from Alex's crush Addie, Alex decides to send her an emoji. He selects Gene, the meh emoji, but Gene panics, making an expression that can only be described as, "What the actual fuck, dog?" and wrecks the text message. Gene is called in by Smiler, the smiley emoji and leader of the tech center, who concludes that Gene is a malfunction and therefore must be deleted. Gene is chased by bots, but is rescued by High Five, a once popular emoji who has since lost his fame due to lack of use. High Five tells Gene that he can be fixed if they find a hacker, so High Five accompanies him outside of the world of Textopolis so they can go and achieve their goals. Oh my god, TJ Miller is the voice of Gene in this movie, and it fucking is like nails on a chalkboard, like getting a nail gun just right into your brain. TJ Miller is the fucking worst.
I was at one time a very big fan of TJ Miller. I thought he was very funny in Silicon Valley, and he's the proper annoying person. And when, he was okay as HUD in Cloverfield. But considering where he's gone as a human being, I feel less bad about his announcement that he wants to make movies only like this one from now on.
Wait, oh no.
What? No. Also, didn't he get canceled?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
He's been canceled
women, right?
Yes.
Like right after the Emoji movie came out?
He had a Me Too-esque thing. I don't know all the details of it, but it was one person and everyone just kind of glossed over it. It was someone from college that he dated. And then we really canceled him when he got drunk on a train and called in a bomb threat on the train he was on, pretending to be basically because some woman who was sitting near him on the train pissed him off.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why would you send the meh emoji to a girl you like?
So that was something that I kind of got pissed off about because he's encouraged to do so by his classmate, as I remember, and it's basically schoolyard negging.
No, I thought it was just that emojis aren't cool or words aren't cool. She said something about class being boring. And so Alex was going to send a emoji about
paid way more attention to this than I did.
Oh, fun fact, they're learning about Egypt in the class and they're talking about hieroglyphics because it's an emoji joke.
Yeah.
Yuck.
Yep. Also, I just want to say the best part of the movie is the opening where you're learning about Textopolis and seeing all the other emoji because there's a lot of visual gags and you get to see all the fun character designs for the emojis that I really liked. But also,
yes.
Why can all the other emojis express emotions? They all very clearly are expressing multiple emotions throughout this sequence. The donuts are happy and sad and have babies, and the elephants laugh and frown and tell jokes, but apparently not Gene.
Because the face emojis are the only ones that seems to apply to, but also the rules only apply to Gene here because if it didn't apply to him, this whole movie wouldn't work at all. Everybody else can do whatever the fuck they want. And also a lead character that can't emote at all would be worthless.
Fair.
Yes. But also, none of the other emojis have names.
No.
Donut
His
emoji,
parents
poop,
do.
none of that. His parents, sure.
But they also have names that are Mel and Mary Meh, which makes sense. At least it's alliterative. Gene
So the
Meh.
Mez are the only ones who get names.
Yes. Well,
And Jailbreak.
Smiler had a name.
Yeah, but did she?
Well, her name was Smiler.
Is that a name?
I don't know.
Or is that descriptive of what she's doing?
Ryan, what's in a name?
A miserable pile of secrets.
A rose by any other name may smell as sweet.
Yeah, so I'm with Mel on the intro bit being the most interesting because they did try to tuck a lot of things into it. For example, the ambulance emoji, its license plate is an X'd out eyed Kirby emoji.
Yeah, I wasn't paying close enough attention. I got mad because a tempura shrimp decided to hop in that cocktail. I am very sorry. Decided to hop in that cocktail glass, and I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, shrimp cocktail? You don't put a fucking battered shrimp in that. What are you doing?
Also, how are we still riding the trope of shrimp being exclusively Australian?
Because
it was very clearly a tempura shrimp.
Yeah, it was. Oh, that
which
looks
is
delicious.
Japanese.
Yep.
Now I really want popcorn shrimp. Ooh, or coconut shrimp. Hey, do we want to cancel the Emoji Movie podcast and all exclusively go to an Outback Steakhouse?
Yes.
And
ironically,
just
I'll
tweet
eat a
each
shrimp
other
ring.
about it?
I'll eat a shrimp
I
ring
want a
fucking
bloomin'
live.
onion. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we'll just stream. We'll just podcast for this week canceled. All of us are going to individually stream our experiences at an Outback.
and it's just going to be a whole lot of this conversation that is a full mouth of
I can put some goldfish in my face hole.
Okay. I'm going back to my logic problems with this movie. They
Go
all
ahead.
stand in boxes to be in the emoji keyboard, which makes sense. But there's a favorites lounge where the favorite emojis go and hang out while they're at work because it's right next to the fucking keyboard box. Shouldn't the favorites be the ones that are literally always in the boxes because they're the first ones Alex sees and the ones he always uses? Also, eggplants should fucking be in that favorites box. Beer is clearly in the favorites lounge hanging out, and Alex is only like 13.
Well, we don't know Alex's life beyond him being a phone user. Maybe he goes out and fucking parties hard. Maybe he's a gangbanger.
Wow.
He's learned a lot about alcohol, but not so much his eggplant. You know, I mean, it's...
he's a growing boy.
Who knows at what rate he'll learn these things?
I don't want to talk about...
Yeah, no, good call,
Beepus.
good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children.
No, I'm good with that.
We're gonna get flagged. Anyway, regarding your shouldn't they always be in their slave boxes, I feel like when Alex sleeps or is in class, like they know when he's looking at his phone and when they need to be active.
Fair.
So they can like go to the bathroom or not.
Which they do canonically.
Yes, especially the poop emoji.
Which doesn't make any sense, but fuck it. It all doesn't make sense. Why do I care? It all just doesn't make sense. There's one thing that this movie does, and it's okay. Like, this movie does not do a lot of okay things, but it does the one okay thing. It shows off the emojis that come in different skin tones, which I know doesn't seem like a big deal, but I appreciate the fact that they bother to acknowledge it, and that it isn't just all the, like, non-skin tone emojis and only yellow emojis. At the very least, that is the one thing that they do. And they don't make any racial jokes about it. It's just a thing that exists.
I mean, they do have the racial stereotypes, but I was more distracted by TJ Miller's voice and how much I hate James Corden.
Fuck James Corden.
James Corden has really kind of lost it since his Doctor Who episodes. Since coming to the US, basically. He was charming on Doctor Who.
Yeah, because it was in small doses. It's called moderation.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I'm done with James Corden. He's the worst. And he's really bad in this movie.
Oh.
He's just annoying in this movie.
He's a
Everyone's
terrible
annoying in this movie. Everyone. Even Patrick Stewart. I was like, shut up, Patrick Stewart. And I usually never want Patrick Stewart to shut up.
Fair.
It's definitely a tip of the hat to the writing for that, I think, for all of that. So one thing that I was really baffled by, speaking of James Corden, how the hell do they manage to squeeze in the fat, funny guy trope in an anthropomorphic film?
Great question.
Where he's not even, like, identifiably fat, but they can like keep referring to him in this fat trope way, sausage fingers, and he needs to eat all the time, and he's the comic relief, supposedly the comic relief.
That is a great question.
Fat, fleshy hand.
That's true. Yeah, he is very, but like Gene is a literal circle.
Well, okay, here's the thing. In all movies, you have to have 3 characters minimum. The fat sidekick, the leading man, and the girl. And
yeah,
this movie covers all its bases.
Yep.
They've got all 3. They've got the girl. Also, the girl covers the techie role that sometimes comes into play.
Yes, she's also the hacker.
Yeah, she's the hacker. And then we have our leading protagonist man, who is a white male. And then we have the fat comedic relief friend, because everybody knows that the funniest people are also overweight and easy to abuse, and that's why they're the sidekick characters.
Also, Smiler makes a noose. It's good.
Yeah.
It describes my feelings.
Big mood. Big mood.
Just that floss noose, man.
I was disappointed, like, right after. Like, when you have to open with dialogue that explains your world, you're doing it wrong. Like, we get it. It's a fucking place where emojis live. You don't need to narrate this for me. And the second TJ Miller started fucking narrating, I checked out.
I'm just going to keep questioning the internal logic of this movie. It doesn't matter. I know it doesn't matter that all the other emoji have emotions and Gene isn't allowed. But fuck, man.
Are you talking about how you hate Gene's name and why is his name not Mark Met and I came up with Melvin?
I like Melvin. That's funny.
Yeah.
Melvin is good.
Yeah. Melvin.
How did they land on Gene?
Because I don't... Fuck you. Fuck this movie.
Because Gene is generic. He's generic.
Oh, maybe that's it. I don't know. Fuck, man. How do the emoji? Because they live in the keyboard. Like, they are technically app neutral. They don't know about other apps unless they've walked out of Textopolis like High Five has. That makes no sense to me because in theory, they should also be used on Facebook and they should know about the existence of other chat apps.
What if they exist solely in that chat app, though?
Like in the text app?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, what
like
if there are
specific.
entirely different emoji cities in other apps that have emojis?
Wow, look at that interesting ass concept for a movie.
Oh my god, they have to Gene has to grapple with his identity and also realize he's not the only Met emoji.
Yeah, that would be actually great.
At the end of this, provided we haven't talked about the Emoji Movie for 16 hours, I want to talk about how we can make the Emoji Movie better.
We already have a good option.
Right. But I think that should be a segment here.
They
not make it?
Yes, also that.
Okay, but it already happened.
Alex, also, they first pop into WeChat, which is a Chinese texting app that is not popular in America, and I don't know... I know why they included that scene for the Chinese market. I don't know why they left that scene in the American movie, because it makes no sense as the first outside app they go to.
Because why cut it? It was cute enough that they can keep it.
I don't know, because it's also just another texting app, which makes it even more confusing. Like, the fact that American audiences
they had the dogs, too.
That was what kind of...
That's what kind of cued me into maybe they're not alone.
Yeah. You know, that's a good point. They don't really... Other than inside of the hacker bar, they don't meet any other characters. Yeah. Like, there's not a guy running the desk at Dropbox to make sure you have the right password. It's just a firewall.
My God. They live...
Oh, and Just Dance had some characters.
But they're trapped within that app.
Yeah, and it was just the one big lady.
Weren't there people that High Five was dancing with on the side?
No, they were like
they were just
stars.
Silhouettes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But she's a giant, so she's trapped there.
Yeah, and like the WeChat Bubble Pups were basically the only app where it had another system like Textopolis, where I was like, oh, okay, these Bubble Pups probably have their own society and life.
So they live in like a weird, almost it's the Lego Movie.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. It's the Lego Movie. So they live in the main city. And then they've got such a narrow worldview, but then Gene meets Jailbreak, and they go on this adventure about self-discovery to other apps, and fucking hell.
Wow, it is Lego Movie.
Yeah. Well, okay. First of all, I think that they couldn't get the iPhone icon or actual like permission to use it. So that's why Alex is using this stupid like generic WhatsApp thing. Smiler's a psychopath. But
yes,
this movie is somehow very much like the Lego Movie and also Wreck-It Ralph, because you're going to different worlds in your process of self-discovery, realizing you're not alone and realizing that being different is okay. That's the whole point.
Yeah, but in Ralph meets other characters. In the Emoji Movie, Gene only interacts with other emoji.
Also, let's be real clear here. The message is being different is okay if you're the protagonist.
Being different is okay if you're being useful. We don't even see the fact that Jailbreak also has her own fucking arc of I'm different and that's okay. It's just assumed that she's fine now because she works a different job. It's not like they talked about that on screen, which is a better lesson, if anything.
Well, it's just like Star Wars, where Leia goes through all of that bullshit and then immediately has to put it all aside to like pat Luke on the back because his dog died or whatever.
Yeah, like, not to get too far ahead or anything, but like Jailbreak throws away everything that is her different to accommodate our protagonist Gene's different.
Yeah. Jailbreak sees Gene's different and goes, oh, I guess I'm not as different as this guy is.
Yeah, basically it's a woman setting aside all of their hopes and dreams for a man to support him.
Right.
Yep. I got real angry about that later.
Oh, I'm still angry about it. In the scene in the basement where High Five kind of lives, I have tag yourself. I'm sweep so you don't cry broom.
I think that I would probably be laughing Naruto emoji, like just exactly pointless enough that I have to live there.
Valid. Oh, the swirly fish cake emoji?
Yeah.
I was going to say I was swirly fish cake emoji because swirly fish cake emoji, it remains in the loser lounge.
It's relevant.
It is.
Okay, also, the emojis are eating food that is represented by other emojis. Like, they have slices of pizza at the table, and then they make a joke about, did you eat my leftover Chinese food? And there's a Chinese food app, like, not an app, an emoji, too. So how does that work? Why do they need to eat?
It's the inverse of gingerbread men, where, like, we eat little man-shaped food. They eat food that looks like them because, I don't know, Emily.
Why do they need to eat?
Why do they need to shit? It's the same question.
Real quick, I just thought of something, but I need to look up actual pictures from the Emoji Movie to confirm or deny.
That the emojis have buttholes? Because they don't. I've looked.
No. I thought towards the ending scene, I noticed that the eye specs on the characters were square. Oh my god, they are.
They're square?
Yeah. At least in some of the scenes they are.
That's weird.
I think maybe...
Something I noticed by the end that made me extremely uncomfortable
they're square.
is that all of the emojis seem to have a thin layer of damp sweat underneath them throughout the film.
What?
They're shiny.
No. That looks like sweat.
That's specular?
And it's really gross. Because it looks like they're just always damp on their undercarriage.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the effect that is supposed to make them look less plasticky, but also not fleshy. Like, they're trying to go for somewhere between plastic and flesh. They should have just gone to
They missed the mark.
Yeah, they should have gone with, like, a rubbery texture to make them look kind of like those stress balls or something.
Less a Blinn shader and more a Lambert shader.
Yes, indeed. Those things.
I know those words.
Yes. Are you
Blinn
guys ready?
shaders are kind of shiny.
One of them.
Blinn is kind of shiny, but Lambert is less shiny.
Now
you still got nice specular. Anyway, also there's a piracy app? There's an app for that?
Well, there was on iPhone when jailbreaking first kind of came into vogue, yeah.
Also, it's just much easier than them going directly to the internet, which is in theory where they should have gone.
Hey, there's an app for internet browsing. Why the fuck did they go to Dropbox?
That's a great question, because they need to apparently upload themselves. I think that's really the rub there, is that you just be browsing rather than uploading.
I mean, technically they kind of did in their process. They do make a brief stop on YouTube. They could have gone there.
Yeah, why didn't
there's
they
the
just
YouTube.
upload?
Maybe the YouTube app is like too centralized to the phone itself.
Yeah, and they're trying to get on that cloud.
So like Facebook, you'd have the same issue. You don't have to go to the cloud though. Just go to the web browser.
I don't know. Let me
Make it
get to
like
the
Wreck-It
plot so
Ralph
we can
2.
talk more about the plot. God, fuck this movie. Okay, so Smiler sends more bots to look for Gene when she finds out that he's left Textopolis, as his actions have caused Alex to think that his phone needs to be fixed. Alex is going to go get his phone factory reset because he's a child and doesn't know he can do it himself.
Yeah, maybe
Gene
his
and
phone
Hi-Fi-
doesn't have a web browser because he would have Googled that.
Oh, that's true. Maybe his parents turned it off so he would stop looking at porn in his piracy app, which is implied by High Five.
Yeah, oh my god, wait. We're totally right. It's one of those phones that you get your kid that you can put parental locks on. We figured it out, guys.
There it is. Gene and High Five go to the piracy app, where they meet a hacker emoji named Jailbreak, who wants to go to Dropbox so she can live in the cloud. The trio is attacked by Smiler's bots, but they manage to escape into Candy Crush. Jailbreak reveals that Gene can be fixed in the cloud, and so they're going to take a shortcut through Just Dance. While there, it's revealed that Jailbreak was one of the princess emoji who fled after tiring of being stereotyped. The trio is once again attacked by bots. Their actions cause Alex to delete the Just Dance app, from which Gene and Jailbreak escape, but High Five is summarily put in the trash where he fucking belongs.
Correct.
Smartest move Alex makes the entire film is deleting the garbage Just Dance app.
When Gene is sitting on High Five's face, is High Five technically eating his ass?
Yes. Yes, he is.
I don't think he can help it at all. No.
Why do the trolls live in the piracy app? That's one of the few logic things that I just don't get.
I thought
trolls live on Twitter. We all know this.
I thought they were kind of like goblin-y, like viruses, just additional viruses.
But they're called internet trolls.
And they make mean comments.
Yeah. They spend the whole time in the trash, which, let's talk for a second about the fact that phones don't have a trash, demeaning High Five to make him feel less about himself.
Yeah.
Which he should, but
that sounds about right.
I find it kind of weird that they decide to pull out some of those old 80s finger monster puppets. That's a really weird nostalgia pull.
It's for the parents that had to take their kids to see this movie.
It was a joke that didn't make any sense, and and wasn't funny enough to not make any sense.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
It's just kind of like, look, we rendered these perfectly, and they did. They look exactly the way that I remember them. However, it seemed entirely pointless.
We skipped over the whole Candy Crush scene.
How much did Activision Blizzard pay for that Candy Crush tutorial in the middle of this fucking movie that we spent a solid...
Not enough.
Just 40.
At least 40.
Not enough for there to be anything characteristic or anthropomorphic in it.
That was so weird to me, was that the Candy Crush game looks perfect. It looks exactly like Candy Crush does on your phone. But the world of Candy Crush was so generic and didn't have all the Candy Crush characters chilling, and it weirded me out a lot that they walked through just onto game screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they become the only sentient elements of Candy Crush, whereas every single other thing they have ventured into, save for YouTube, contains some sort of sentient element.
Yeah, it also weirded me out that we don't see Facebook. Gene walks in, walks back out with a bunch of reaction stickers on him, and it's just implied that things were happening inside of Facebook.
They couldn't afford it.
I guess, but why even bother with the joke and with the active branded reaction stickers?
Because they had to make the point. High Five is just like, because Gene was just like, wow, how does he know? How does he have so many friends? And High Five was just like, he doesn't have friends. Those are just people that he likes, or people that like him. It's all about how you're viewed. They make that point. So it's there for a little societal lesson.
Wow.
Also, the weird little section of body horror where Jailbreak imagines Jean exploding and splattering them with flesh and blood.
Yeah, was that a joke?
No, it's not a joke. It's a weird little section of body horror that they decided to drop in because they thought it was going to be funny, but in reality, it was just horrifying.
It was great.
And Jailbreak, as a hacker, should know how to get him out of the app without having to do the whole bullshit playing it.
Yeah, I guess Candy Crush is just unhackable. Also, Jailbreak turns and does like a big feminism line to Jean, like, I had the idea first and men are always stealing our ideas, when Jean was just having a conversation and did not steal her idea.
But, like, we're also just dropping that line in this movie. I mean, it's real and it's true that men in entertainment ruin the shit out of ideas. But it was weirdly out of place. It definitely should have gone in a different section of the movie. But let's be honest, a lot of what Jailbreak was saying was just heavy-handed advertising for other apps, and they just, like, needed her to say one or two true things periodically.
Yeah, Jailbreak has a distinct lack of character, save like 7 lines total in this film. And most of those are, I want to go to the cloud.
Mm-hmm.
For her character to have been like clearly written with the idea of feminism as a driving element for her, where she ends up by the end is fucking gross.
Right?
Yes. Because they don't know how to write women.
And they especially just thought that they could ham-fist in some feminist lines and give her a blue streak in her hair and suddenly she'd be cool.
All her hair is blue.
Oh, fuck off.
I think so. Okay, I talked earlier about how Sony like pushed this movie out because they were afraid that it wouldn't be relevant, right?
Yeah.
Yet they show the video for Pineapple Pen.
Yep.
It's ridiculous.
I don't even remember
Candy Crush
Pineapple
being
Pen.
one of the.
What?
Pineapple Pen is one of the more recent things that they reference in the thing.
Well, okay, that section I feel like was one of the last to put in because that was a really easy slap comp. Like all of those videos, you just fucking pop it in. It's a 2D compositing fix. You're not doing anything particularly difficult. I do that shit all of the time at my job.
Yeah, did they react to Pineapple Pen specifically? That's actually a really great question. I bet that was a very long series of emails of what do we put in here as the first video they come across? Because Surprised Kitten is fucking classic. Surprised Kitten is a great gag that will be evergreen forever. Like, no one's ever going to see that video and not understand the context of, oh, that's a cute joke.
No, Pineapple Pen, I feel like I could take that scene from Emoji Movie and replace it with any other video.
Yeah.
Like, I physically could do it. It's not hard.
There had to have been other things in there first.
What do you think was in
there? That's a great question. What would be the best YouTube video to walk in on that they would then... it was probably... Oh, it was Gangnam Style. And then they probably removed it because of the nut job.
Oh,
done.
No.
Because Gangnam Style was the most popular video on YouTube for like 2 years straight. Done. That's what it was.
Oh my God.
I was going to say that it was that horrible video of a bunch of people dressed up as duct tape Ninja Turtles jacking off onto a pizza.
What? No,
that's
YouTube, not Pornhub.
No, that's on YouTube. No. This is a YouTube thing. It is absolutely on YouTube. 100% on YouTube.
Can I live 100% cut on YouTube. That from the pod? I would like to cut that from my memory.
It's too late.
Okay. We're going to not acknowledge this and move on to the fucking product placement in this film where we go straight from Candy Crush to fucking Just Dance, and the Just Dance part is more confusing and is less like the actual game.
Yeah, they should have just fucking fucked me with a branded strap-on because it would have been more enjoyable than watching the Emoji Movie again and while sober. Also, why does Jean have parents? Why are there multiple versions of this emoji?
None of the other emoji except poop are acknowledged to have parents either, which is even more confusing.
Yeah. Well, no, donut.
Oh, yes, that's true. Baby donuts.
Yes, and at the very end, At the very end, when Jailbreak takes off her hat and like shows who she really is, her mom says something because she goes, "Not now, Mom."
How come?
Oh, her name is Linda.
I had assumed that Smiler was Jailbreak's mom when that off-screen line of dialogue happened, and I was like, oh, the reveal that Smiler is Jailbreak's mom is going to be kind of cool and like a good way to tie up the end of this movie. And it never came because I realized that was just ADR dialogue from no one. I don't know why they added that in.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's stupid.
I had a real issue with the Just Dance scene because it was loser hacker learns to dance moment. And both Gene and Jailbreak are the non-conforming, they're the different ones. But Jailbreak is not the right kind of different, as we've kind of brought up a few times before. So she has to learn how to dance from Gene.
And Gene danced good.
I think it's more about the conflict that Gene knows how to express his emotions, and if anything, expresses too much, which makes him good at dancing, whereas Jailbreak doesn't even want to express who she truly is. They didn't get to that point in the movie, but I think that's what they were getting at.
The emoji pop.
The fucking emoji pop. That's not a dance. You can't make that happen.
Oh.
No, it should have been called the emoji shuffle.
I don't think that solves the problems of the emoji pop, which they really wanted to make it a dance craze.
They missed a perfect opportunity to make a perfectly timely Harlem Shake reference.
Oh, yeah. God. I'm not here for it. I'm really sorry my roommate has decided to vacuum and stomp around the apartment.
The emoji pop scene is supposed to be like the big fun moment of this movie, and you can tell because like all the characters are having fun on screen and you're supposed to be enjoying yourself, and it's just soulless and cloying and hurt.
Air quotes around having fun because I was just uncomfortable.
Yeah, it didn't work. I'm just saying that was the intention.
Okay, valid.
Also, was I not supposed to be happy that High Five died? Because I was really happy that High Five died.
Oh, I was totally here for High Five dying.
Yep.
All I want. I was like, oh, thank God James Corden is gone for a little bit. We can't just let him be dead. Yeah, but you totally can, though.
Yeah, it seemed like the movie was about ready to move on without him, which I think would have been the right call.
Yeah, that would have been great. I feel like he was misplaced in a movie that was already clunky and awkward and didn't handle anything with a modicum of grace or just ability. Like, this whole movie was fumbled.
Yeah.
I would say one thing that we would benefit from still having had High Five as opposed to this let's go save High Five moment is we would not have had these really ham-fisted, forced romance scenes.
Oh, that's why they got rid of High Five, didn't they?
Yeah, so that they could move on.
Specifically so they could be alone.
Yeah. Because they
couldn't
needed
have just wandered off.
They needed 2 keys.
Nope.
I hate
it. Indeed.
Not here for it.
I honestly hated it.
Not here for it.
God.
You don't need romance. Just because you have a female character doesn't mean they gotta fuck.
No,
Yep.
and I don't know, and it's not appealing to kids. It's not kids are like, I want to see them kiss. The kids, if anything, want more High Five being a dumbass.
Nobody wants emojis to make out.
And the fun thing is that you can still form a bond with another, character and be individual characters with separate goals and assist each other in achieving those goals. But there doesn't have to be an explicit romance in order for a story to work. There doesn't have to be a sacrifice of one's goal in order to achieve the other in order for that story to work.
No, how dare you? That's the only way anybody can fucking write a script. Oh, sorry. That's the only way men can write a script.
In fact, it's detrimental when this is the common trope, popular media thing, that story that gets told.
You can't see it, but I just dabbed.
Yeet.
It's like the only response that I can come up with anymore. Like, because it's so true. And all I could do, like, I can't even defend it because there's no reason, there's nothing to defend. And the only reason it keeps happening is because we keep fucking letting the same people write scripts and direct movies, and people that don't deserve to be directing or writing are getting these jobs. And all I can fucking do when people mention it is dab.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
It, to me, immediately expresses an out-of-touch view, because this is very clearly no longer, like, at one time, this was the thing, but this is clearly not the direction that we're heading as a society.
Yeah, in the 50s, it was the thing.
Exactly. It feels like so much of, and not to get political societal nonsense.
It's too late.
But
welcome to the podcast.
It is too late.
It feels like desperate reaches of trying to instill traditional American values on an impressionable youth.
Yeah.
We usually don't get that deep. We're just like, fucking men again.
Yeah, we just get mad about men and move on because we have no...
Men and entertainment specifically.
That's fair.
That's
God.
That's fair.
Yeah. I just want to scream.
I know. I do too. But yeah, so this movie is a movie.
Oh,
and
God,
we're going to get to the next... Oh yeah, we are nowhere near done yet. That's the sad part.
Jesus.
We're only halfway through. Here we go.
We're not even to Act 3 yet.
This is... Here comes your Act 2 turn and Act 3.
Wait, I made a Chappie comparison. Also, gypsy is a slur, and they use the cheerleader song, and I hate that all love scenes happen in boats, and everything is uninspired. To the next scene.
When did they say gypsy?
I feel like Jailbreak says it.
That's fucked up. Okay,
prior to that,
moving on.
Because they get, I think she says it to Gene. Like, they just got into Spotify and he says it. Or she says it.
Oh, ew. Huh. Okay,
also,
cool.
fuck that cheerleader song. I cannot emphasize that enough. Sony used to slur in their movie in 2017. Let's move on.
Mel and Mary Meh go searching for Gene, and they have a very lethargic argument. They make up in the Instagram app where Mel reveals that he too has the same malfunction as Gene does. They're very clearly glitches and fucked up emojis. At any rate, they travel through Spotify, Gene and Jailbreak do, and Jailbreak admits that she likes Gene just the way he is, which is not an admittance, and that he should not be ashamed of his malfunction. They make it to the trash and rescue High Five, disappointing everyone, but are soon attacked by a bot upgraded with illegal malware. They evade it by entangling his arms and enter Dropbox, where they encounter a firewall. After many tries, specifically using Gene's special talent of making other emoji faces, the gang gets past it with the password being Addie's name, disgusting, and make it to the cloud, where Jailbreak prepares to reprogram Gene. Gene admits his feelings for Jailbreak and wants to give up his life to live with her in the cloud, but Jailbreak says, I would like to continue on with my life, and I don't think that we should fuck things up for each other just because we spent the last day together. So Gene gets real sad and reverts to his apathetic programming because he's heartbroken that a girl was nice to him and didn't want his emoji penis.
Oh my
Suddenly,
God.
the upgraded bot sneaks into the cloud and captures Gene, prompting High Five and Jailbreak to go after him with a Twitter bird summoned by Jailbreak in her magic princess form.
Jailbreak did the logic thing. She did like what we were asking for.
Jailbreak didn't even say
Why is it
anything mean.
thrown away?
Jailbreak was just like, hey, listen, we've known each other for maybe 24 hours. Let's rethink this.
Jailbreak says, if you want to do this for you, that's fine, but I don't think you should do it because you like me. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Good on you, Jailbreak.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be
but
punished
how dare
for
she
that.
not immediately validate him?
Jailbreak didn't even say, I don't like you like that. Jailbreak just said, I already had plans, and I'm not planning on changing them.
No, it's because she doesn't immediately validate him.
God. That was...
And who knows? Who knew that was the hacking he needed the whole time?
Yeah, you just needed fucking fuck.
The stress of almost getting the whole phone deleted, not enough to make Jean sad. Girl says, I don't like you like that. Saddest.
Just hire an emoji prostitute. Get over it.
God, right?
I mean, not to reach on overused phrases, but fragile male egos.
Very. However, Jean's parents have a positive and good story in this trash movie, including the Instagram scene, which was beautiful and actually a really good representation of the app. I appreciated the entire scene where Jean's parents fight and make up as a good story arc and also a good part of the fucking movie. What?
Yeah, and it's super cool. Yeah, to see photos represented in 3D space like that, because like it's kind of indicative of how 3D animated movies are too. Like that final image is just a flat picture that you see, but there's a whole world around it, and being able to go into the world of that picture is super cool. It's like Mario 64.
Yes. And also they used the filters not only as a joke, but as a part of the like functional movement of the app. They turned it to nighttime with a filter. It was cute. I enjoyed it.
However, kids will have no idea
what
Mel
is
talking about when he says we'll always have Paris.
That's
no,
fine.
of course not.
It's for the adults. It's for the adults that had to go with their kids to see this movie.
Also, there are a couple of notes I have here before we got to Instagram, I think. On the, I get it, the streams, water, the boat thing in Spotify. There's streams, so it has to be water.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Which, haha.
I guess.
And watching a hi-fi hug really makes me uncomfortable, like legitimately uncomfortable, to watch most of this character wrap around another character.
Yeah.
I was swallowing goldfish, but I wanted to say that his whole rig made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't like it at all. I don't like high five. I really think we should have just not had high five.
Agreed. Total agree.
Pick a different, like, there are animal emojis. You could have a talking animal sidekick. You could have literally anything. And they went with high five.
Yep.
Yeah. Not anything fun or like goofy, just hand with Band-Aid.
It's so fucking frustrating. But the Band-Aid that looked vaguely like a gang bandana?
Yeah, right.
What the fuck?
It was camouflage. It was just like weird blue camouflage. I don't know why they wouldn't just go with like a fun color. Be like, it's a green Band-Aid. That's it.
Yeah.
Well, because that makes design sense. How dare you?
Yeah, right? Or it's a yellow Band-Aid because emoji. Oh, speaking of, Jailbreak isn't a skin tone. She's not flesh colored like High Five is, where he is a peachy flesh color. She's not similarly flesh colored shades of brown as we see the other princess emoji are, but she's not yellow like Jean. She's like this weird pallid yellow.
I think they were trying to go for the cross between High Five and Jean's colors to do like because there are different kinds of there are different kinds of flesh colored emojis too. Like she's also a very washed out emoji.
Yeah, like but they showed off other flesh-colored emojis. Like the other princess emojis were all normal tones and like very saturated.
Wasn't one of them kind of colored like her when we're introduced to the princesses in the beginning? The one, because there's 4 princesses that they show in the beginning sequence, and the one that's on the back to the right has a similar palette to Jailbreak, I think.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think, and they didn't show that one of the princesses was missing either, because they showed that there are 4 other princesses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I hate this movie.
Well, it's a story that only High Five knows.
Yes, of course.
Why does Jailbreak have a body?
Great question.
Well, all of the princesses have a body.
Right.
Oh, because they have to wear the little
emojis
dress.
are more than just heads.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a body like the Spanish dancer does, or the The dance twins do.
So the Spanish dancer has to be full body in the emoji. If you look at the princess emoji, it's really only like torso and head. It actually makes sense in terms of the representation of the emoji. Good character design. Not gonna fucking dock points on that one.
I also
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I also had a beef with Alex having so many apps.
God, right?
He's a kid.
Well, like, first of all, I didn't have a smartphone until almost college, and I just never understood having a ton of apps. Like, I don't like the clutter. I guess guys are different. Actually, now that I think about it, every guy's phone that I have been handling has way more shit on it than mine.
Yeah.
I have nothing on my home screens, but I'll download something just to see what it's about and then never launch it again and forget to delete it.
Oh, you're really biting into their bad use cases. Good job there. You're a statistic.
No, I
Alex
clear shit all the time.
So Alex's character is just Addie's first name. No special characters, no numbers, no nothing. That is super insecure, Alex.
What a good ad for Dropbox, though.
Okay, fair.
Also fucking Jailbreak's like weird, gross, stilted, like that bot can't get in because it's illegal malware. This app is secure. And I was like, fuck you.
That is, yes, great ad for Dropbox. Also, thank you so much for explaining that to us.
Yeah.
Like,
we get it. It can't come in.
Dropbox hoping to reach with that marketing copy?
10-year-olds.
Yeah, I guess the parents. Parents are going to be like, ooh, I saw Dropbox in that shit movie I took my kids to this weekend. Office, we should switch to Dropbox.
Also, we can't have any numbers or characters in Alex's password because it ruins the fucking mood.
Oh, the mood of Alex's creepy stalker letter to Addie, which I'm really glad he deleted.
It's just song lyrics.
Was it song lyrics? Okay, that makes more sense than it being uncomfortably emotive for a 12-year-old.
It's that Shine Bright Like a Diamond song. You're beautiful like
that's a song.
Diamonds in
Okay.
the sky. That one.
I thought it was just shitty 12-year-old poetry.
No, it's a song
I was
lyric.
like, wow, that's an intense message.
That's why I was so uncomfortable when they were reading it, because I was like, this is a song lyric, but Jean was reading it like it was like, my mistress' eyes are nothing like the sun. Coral is far more
really
red
was.
than her lips red. And I was just like, this isn't a fucking sonnet, bitch. This is a trashy song lyric. Like, this is a pop lyric.
God, the read on it was uncomfortable too. You're right. I don't know why they wouldn't have gone through and made that less weird.
Hey now, you're an all-star.
I would have preferred that.
Get your game on. Go play.
Yeah, that's what it was like.
Yeah. All right. Fuck. I wish High Five were dead. Like, we all know that. He's the worst.
Yep.
We already talked.
The notes are literally strewn with that statement.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Anyone who says they didn't wish High Five was dead is fucking lying. But when he does that, like, weird celebratory dance, he's definitely miming spanking someone with his pinky finger, and I hate it.
No.
I hate it.
No. That is the worst. We already talked about Jailbreak and having to lose all of her character because Jean is sad, which was just
Jean
the
needs
worst.
validation ASAP.
Ugh.
God, it was so creepy.
Feelings about that.
It was so creepy when he was talking to her with the heart eyes, and she was very clearly uncomfortable, but he wasn't letting it go.
Yeah.
Also, when the Twitter bird showed up without eyes. Who's your eyeless fucking monster bird? Like, what the fuck?
I love the Twitter placement is so empty.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like people who recognize the logo recognize the reference, but there is absolutely no allusion to the purpose of the app. For some reason, apparently, it is the only purpose is to carry these characters elsewhere onto the phone.
Yep.
Yeah. Which doesn't even make sense in the logic of the world.
Not even a little bit.
None.
I hate this movie.
Yeah, this movie is shit. There's only one more plot node. You want me just to read it?
Let's go.
All right.
As Smiler prepares to delete Jean, Mel and Mary arrive. Mel reveals to everyone that he is also a malfunction, prompting Smiler to threaten to delete him as well. Smiler is ready to do a fucking murder, and so am I. Jailbreak and High Five arrive and disable the bot, which falls on top of Smiler. Alex has since taken his phone to the store in the hopes that a factory reset will restore his phone's functionality, which would entail the total destruction of Gene's world.
Good.
Out of desperation, Gene prepares to have himself texted as a response to Addie, making numerous faces to express himself. Realizing that Alex has received a text from Addie, whatever. Alex texts Addie this emotion.
What?
And Addie likes it.
What's an emotion?
Alex texts Addie this stupid-ass emoji, and Addie likes it. So Alex somehow disables the factory reset of his phone, putting all of his data back. Not how this works. Mm-hmm. And Gene accepts himself for who he is, and suddenly the emoji hierarchy is destroyed, and everyone is a favorite emoji, and that's it. The end.
Oh, so we've already touched on the fact that if you need to have your phone reset, you don't make a fucking appointment at Verizon.
No.
But it's supposed to be an iPhone.
Yes.
And everybody knows that every time you have something wrong with your Apple phone, you have to go to an Apple Genius Bar, which is what they're implying you do here.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, they say Promenade. I was like, oh my God, they live in Santa Monica. How rich of them.
And
yes, first off, your phone doesn't have to be connected to anything in order to delete. And the way he stops the deleting is unplugging it.
Doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Yeah, no, it's not for tech people. The whole message of this movie that I got was that men are terrible and ruin everything. But I did like that we got to see everybody die, especially High Five. Again.
Yeah.
I was really here for the second death of High Five.
Oh, 101%.
Agreed.
I wish he stayed.
High Five deserved to die. I liked the flashback to all the good times we had during the Emoji Movie while Gene was getting his emotions. Yes, the quote-unquote good times.
I'm sorry, the what?
God. Also that Alex is sending a text while his phone is formatting. Like, that's how it works.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, totally. And I like that despite all of the messaging of inclusion, despite differences, and, you know, the favorites lounge doesn't exist anymore, but the losers lounge does.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Of course the loser lounge
apparently Smiler getting braces is the imaging that they went with for Smiler in the Losers Lounge. And Fish Cake is still down there, which is really sad.
Which is stupid, because if you watch the final scene in the movie, Swirly Fish Cake is by Gene in the cubes.
Really?
Yeah, Swirly Fish Cake is there.
And that means Swirly Fish Cake is now a favorite, which means Alex has probably become a weeb.
You know, I would fully believe that Alex is a weeb.
Alex discovering anime would have been a much better movie.
Also, fuck me, this goddamn Take On Me techno remix. I want it to die. I want to blast it from a fucking satellite into the goddamn sun. It is horrible, and it comes up twice in this movie, and it makes me want to shoot my brains.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad.
I've repressed it. The only thing I liked about this movie is it made me feel accomplished when everybody died, because I feel like I got the ending that I wanted, which was nice. Because usually movies don't end the way I want them to. This movie had no stakes. But the sushi emojis were really, really cute, and I want a collection of stuffed sushi emojis.
When everyone is cheering for Gene, and they've got him hoisted up, and they're like, Gene, 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 the movie ADR's in, and high five, and high five. And I was like, why would you...
around.
Did someone in post decide that James Corden was going to be the breakout fucking hit of this movie and he needed to get in one last joke before the end?
Mm-hmm.
God! Also, they do the emoji pop again later, which fuck that. Fuck that.
It should have been called the Emoji Shuffle, and it's just fancy voguing.
It is just fancy voguing. How?
But because it's a Sony movie, it has to end with a dance and it has to suck.
I feel like there weren't enough emoji jokes. Like, I wanted more puns and stupid visual gags, and this movie did not traffic enough in that.
Did you really want more of those? Because they would have all come from High Five's mouth.
Why didn't Gene make reaction faces? Why couldn't he not control it, like how Vanellope couldn't control her glitch in Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah.
I'm just thinking about them going into the Crunchyroll app.
They explain away Gene's glitch as hereditary.
And
he
also
shouldn't be able to control it.
Controllable.
Yeah.
The 2D representations of the emoji right at the end of the movie and during the credits are somehow so much more charming than the 3D ones, which is insane.
You say somehow like it's not a Sony movie.
No, I say somehow because these character designs aren't particularly compelling, and yet in 2D I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. I would have preferred to get the entire bullshit story that they were trying to tell in that form.
Agreed.
We did it. Me too.
Also, that boss fight that at the end with Smiler is really short.
There was a boss fight, that's right.
There's like no pinnacle. There's no, like it's just, oh, hey, I pressed a button.
Well, it's because this movie doesn't actually have stakes at all.
Well, the movie pinned its stakes on you seeing everyone get deleted at once and the text to Addie. But that didn't feel good. It didn't feel right. And I was just like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this now too. When the threat of deletion should have been the impending threat the whole time of just Gene is exiled and everyone is preparing to be deleted.
Correct.
And that should be his moral struggle of like everyone who shunned him and who pushed him away would be deleted in that as well. But his parents, who he still cares about and are the only relationship that they actually paint for him, he doesn't want to see them deleted, so his motivation becomes to save them.
Oh, God, him watching his parents die was great.
It was. Also that his dad was ready to fucking die for his son. Again, the parents are the best characters.
Yeah, I was just glad that this movie was prettier than Delgo. Wait, okay, so before we move on, do we want to do the marketing? Mel, did you cover the video game of this or no?
There's no video game.
Yes, there is.
Was it an app?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
There was a tie-in mobile game called Pop Frenzy, the Emoji Movie game, a free-to-play bubble shooter game that was released on iOS and Android with optional in-app purchases. Why they didn't call it the Emoji Pop is beyond me, but we can ignore it.
Oh, that's an app that's been reskinned like 100 times.
Yeah, I know.
Or Bust a Move, rather?
It's not Bubble Bobble. Yeah, it's the one where you throw a ball, and if they match the colors, the balls pop. It's nothing. It's
Bust a Move.
Yes. Yeah. It's Bust a Move with Emoji Movie stickers on it. Not worth my time to talk about.
Wow. So do we want to talk about the marketing and then delve into how we could have made it better?
Yes, deeply.
Okay. So, this movie sounds like a nightmare because it is a nightmare. On December 20th, 2016, a teaser trailer for the film was released, and it removed harsh criticism from social media users. Because, we're going to talk about social media here, it's the Emoji Movie. It received almost 22,000 dislikes against 4,000 likes within 24 hours of its release, which is hilarious and expected.
Yep.
A second trailer was released in May of 2017. Please note that the Emoji Movie came out in July.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Second trailer, May 2017. That was panned as well. Sony promoted the release of the trailer by hosting a press conference the day before the Cannes Film Festival, which featured TJ Miller parasailing in, which is hilarious, unnecessary, and sad. Variety called the event slightly awkward, and The Hollywood Reporter described it as promotional ridiculousness.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
But it gets worse. Sony Pictures was then criticized after the film's official Twitter account posted a promotional picture of a parody of The Handmaid's Tale featuring Smiler. The parody was considered to be tasteless due to the overall themes of The Handmaid's Tale, and the image was deleted shortly afterward.
I missed this. That's
I did
insane.
not.
Oh, it was nuts.
Who the fuck thought that was a good idea?
Don't know, but I
don't
really want
know.
to.
Right?
On July 17th, 10 days before this movie came out, the Empire State Building was lit emoji yellow with multiple cast members attending the ceremony, including Patrick Stewart, alongside Girls Who Code and World Emoji Day creator Jeremy Berg. Okay. On the same day, director Tony Leondis and producer Michelle Ramo Kyoyate joined Jeremy Berg and Jake T. Austin to ring the closing bell of the stock exchange. Okay. And Saks Fifth Avenue hosted a promo emoji red carpet event at the Saks New York flagship store to promote Emoji Movie branded merchandise.
Who was all this marketing for?
Who knows? Who knows? And of course, because this is social media, we now have YouTube involved. Because
I was wondering if you were going to bring this up, because this is the one thing that I paid attention to.
this to me is confusing. On July 20th, same year, 8 days before the Emoji Movie came out to the public, Sony Pictures invited YouTuber Jax Films, who they considered the #1 fan of the Emoji Movie, to the world premiere 3 days later, and also sent him a package containing Emoji Movie memorabilia, including fidget spinners, face masks, and a plush of the poop emoji, because everybody wants that. Jax Films had praised the movie for months prior, but apparently it was all sarcasm and he was making fun of the movie.
Yes.
Yeah, it was clearly sarcasm. You couldn't mistake it for genuine praise.
Well, it's because he was talking about the movie and was one of the few people constantly talking about it and has a huge following. It was more about making sure people were aware of it and went and saw it out of morbid curiosity at that point. Also, as a Jenna Marbles stan podcast, fuck Jax Films' dogs.
Fuck
Moving
Jax
on.
Films' dogs. Fuck Klondike and Ice Cube. What's its fucking name?
Yeah. Who cares? They're no Kermit.
God damn it. I think Marble is my favorite, though.
Oh yeah, Marble is top dog.
So
Marble is most powerful.
I actually didn't know that review embargoes were a thing until I read about this movie. So,
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
they had review embargoes for the film were lifted midday, July 27th, a few hours before the film premiered to the public. And it was a move considered among one of several tactics that studios try to curb bad Rotten Tomato ratings, which is valid because talking about the effect embargoing reviews has on the film's debut, Josh Greenstein, Sony Pictures president of worldwide marketing and distribution, I don't know if he is still in that position, said, "The Emoji Movie was built for people under 18, so we wanted to give the movie its best chance. What other wide release with a score under 8% has opened north of 20 million? I don't think there is one."
Yeah. And this sort of practice happens all of the time in video games as well. There are review embargoes, and sometimes when they think that they have something, that could be blasted on their hands, they set that embargo date to like as close to sometimes on release day.
Just like the Emoji Movie.
Sometimes embargoes are used to prevent big spoilers, such as when movies have a very large twist that trailers haven't already given away or not. But most of the time, they're just used for bullshit. I just wanted to point out, review embargoes can be for good reasons.
Yes, I assumed that they I just have never encountered it before.
Yup.
Which is shocking as someone who worked on Marvel movies. But I guess if you're basing it on comics that came out 20 years, 40 years, 60 years, 80 years prior, not 80 years, but like example given,
Yeah. And to the point of that under 8%, it is at 7% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ooh.
Good.
And so I actually paid to watch this on Vudu.
Oof.
Dude.
And the they show the Rotten Tomato score, so it was 7%. Then they show the Voodoo user score, which was 4 and a fraction of the 5th star.
What?
Yes.
So
Out of 5. Out of 5.
I guess people liked this movie?
I have no idea. I'm curious. Now I got to look up the Rotten Tomatoes viewer score.
Go ahead, because critics fucking hated this. IndieWire gave the film a D, writing, "Make no mistake, the Emoji Movie is a very, very, very bad. We're talking about a hyperactive piece of corporate propaganda in which Spotify saves the world and Patrick Stewart voices a living turd, but real life is just too hard to compete with right now."
Yeah.
I don't feel like, so I feel like it's important that we, whenever addressing or referring to Patrick Stewart, especially in the context of this film, that we include his full title of
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, because yes, they cast a real life Knight of the Realm as a poop emoji in the Emoji Movie.
Well, I mean,
If I
Sir
recall-
Anthony Hopkins was in a Transformers movie.
Yes.
Which, the Michael Bay's?
Yes.
Yeah. He was in Dark of the Moon.
Okay. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
No, it was
the
the
audience
last
score
night.
is-
Jesus Christ, no.
Fuck you.
Dark of the Moon was the
audience
last one with
score is
Shia LaBeouf.
38%.
Okay, so audiences did not like it.
Yeah.
2 people on Vudu liked it, and that's why.
Yeah, who
Because
uses
those
Voodoo?
are the only 2 people who actually watched it on Voodoo. I use Voodoo.
Well, you're one of 3 now.
You
Review
can
it.
rate it. Tank that rating.
I gave it a fraction of 1
Good.
star.
Beautiful.
The Rap.
I should have looked to see what impact that had.
The Rap was also critical of the film, calling it a soul-crushing disaster because it lacks humor, wit, ideas, visual style, compelling performances, a point of view, or any other distinguishing characteristic that would make it anything but a complete waste of your time.
Yes.
Agree.
The New York
Hard agree.
Times described the film as nakedly idiotic, stating that the film plays off a Hollywood idea that panderingly, trendily idiotic can be made seem less so. Which I don't think it can be. If it's pandering or trendingly idiotic, it's not going to be made less idiotic. Like, think about the Ugly Dolls movie that just came out.
Oh, we're gonna watch that soon.
No.
I want to see that. Oh yeah, baby.
Here's my favorite, though. My favorite review. The Guardian's Charles Bramesco called the film insidious evil and wrote that it was little more than an exercise in advertising smartphone downloads to children.
Download Crackle, kids.
And that is the Emoji Movie.
Yeah.
How would we make this
Oh,
better,
God.
guys?
Okay.
Give it a real story. Honestly, the simplest way to make it
Follow
better
Jailbreak.
is not even necessarily follow Jailbreak, but just let it be okay that their paths can diverge and they can support each other.
I think this would have been a better movie if we eliminated the character of Jean entirely. And because like Jailbreak's story is kind of the same as Jean's, but it's far more compelling.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you get the
significantly.
same message.
Also, you don't need the emoji antagonist of Smiler. The antagonist should just be the countdown clock of shit, we're about to all be deleted.
Yeah. But
I don't know why
Yeah.
you needed Smiler.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It didn't add anything to the movie. I didn't like the robots, and I didn't think you needed the additional pressure of things following the main characters. There wasn't any logical use for them either, as evidenced by the fact that they were so easily dispatched when they were no longer needed.
So here's my thought. Turn it into an adventure movie where, yes, the main antagonist is the threat of deletion. And the reason for that main antagonist is because, say, Jailbreak and Jean are tired of being locked up in their text messaging app, and they go off in order to discover the other
So
worlds.
it's Tangled and Lego Movie instead of Wreck-It Ralph and Lego Movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So they cause problems. They don't realize that they're leaving impacts in every world that they're recklessly going to visit. And that creates the threat of the deletion.
Yeah, and they don't know about it until they see the push notification pull down that says, I'm going to the phone store at 4 p.m. today. Meanwhile, you cut back every once in a while to Textopolis where everyone is experiencing panic and existential dread, and it's actually funny, and that's where you put the emoji jokes.
Okay, kind of like Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then you have the characters not only having the arc of learning to be themselves within their place in society, but also you get the fun of, oh God, everything is going to break and we need to save it all.
Everything is awful.
Yeah. And then Jailbreak from all of her learnings around the world comes back with the knowledge and is able to run Textopolis better, or the emoji sending process, whatever.
Yeah.
They learn something from each world that they've visited that they can bring back in order to improve their own.
Yes.
Exactly. And also, High Five is no longer voiced by James Corden and maybe doesn't even exist in the same form that he does.
You know what? Let's get rid of High Five entirely, or make it Benedict Cumberbatch.
Can High Five be the eggplant emoji instead?
Oh, I don't know if we can legally do this.
I would love it if he was like, I don't understand why I'm in the loser lounge. Everyone loves eggplant.
Oh, God.
I'm nutritious and delicious.
Yeah, I think even in my notes, I was like, can we just get an eggplant squirt emoji joke?
Yeah, because we got the elephant fart emoji, like the elephant fart joke, so why can't we have the emoji one?
Elephant fart. Actively kind of a funny joke where I was like, I can see where this could have been good.
Yeah, rude.
Yeah, overall, Emoji Movie. Would I recommend it? Maybe as something to yell at, but even it's not as bad as some of the worst movies we've watched. It's probably going to fall strictly in the middle.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking bland.
Yeah, it's super bland and inoffensive. And while most of the things that you guys watch tends to have some sort of like core default that both of you can speak to from your experiences in graphics and things like that. I didn't see anything super egregious with this. Like, this seemed well animated. The animations, to me, a layman,
it's fine,
looked very natural and perfectly serviceable compared to a lot of the other things that you guys have covered on this show. It was just boring and bland and went nowhere.
Yeah, it's the film equivalent of being dead inside.
Oh my God, that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's so true.
If you die and go to purgatory, it is nothing but watching this movie on repeat.
Ooh, that's a little too painful for me.
That's a lot, man.
I can't.
Well,
it's neutral, right? It's something that is easy to zone out. There's plenty of stuff that we've brought up that I don't remember, and I just watched it 2 hours ago.
I went to sleep halfway through, so I ended up also having to watch the last 40 minutes of it afterward. So
there are moments that I forgot immediately after they happened.
Yeah.
Because the I gotta be meh thing, I wrote in the notes in before he does some iteration of I gotta be me, but it's I gotta be meh. Little did I know that had just happened and I forgot about it. And I was only reminded when watching through the credits and saw I gotta be me was one of the credited songs.
I really want to recast TJ Miller with Justin Timberlake, so we can have somebody say the line, "It's gonna be meh."
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That actually would be funny.
Missed opportunity.
And JT has already done good voice acting. I trust JT to have taken this movie into a good, better space. Yeah.
Fucking trolls.
As a character who is complicated, nuanced, and kind of angry.
Oh, Branch.
You gotta love Branch. He's a good boy.
Branch. He's great.
Though still, I would argue at the end of the day, the problem with this film doesn't lie with its voice actors. They did the best that they could with what they were given. It lies with the script.
It lies in its
TJ Miller is still canceled.
Yes. It lies.
TJ Miller is definitely still canceled. He was not yet, I don't believe, at the time of the Emoji movie filming or release.
No, the problem with this movie lies in the weak script and the shitty idea.
Yes.
I also would like to scream.
All right. That's it. That's all we can handle. But instead of an ad slot this week, I am going to give up our ad space, or more accurately, I'm going to give our ad space to the only people who in theory pay for us to continue to exist, our parent site, toplessrobot.com. Ryan, this is probably the reason you're here, is to do a long plug. So take it away, bud.
Well, toplessrobot.com. I mean, you pretty much said it. We have a podcast network. We do gaming videos and sometimes write articles, but I'm focusing more on a multimedia direction. So you can find us on Facebook and YouTube and at toplessrobot.com. New site design will probably be live by the time that this episode comes out.
Probably.
Hooray. Congratulations.
We swear that the content that is also put out by Topless Robot is better than what this podcast is.
Yeah.
I mean, considering I am on the Topless Robot podcast every week, this has not differed greatly from what we do there. It's just more topic-centric.
All right.
Good to hear. So that's been it.
God,
We've been animated. We've had opinions. We really do suck. But that's okay. You do too. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Ryan.
Goodbye. Thanks for having me.
Of course.